Hello and welcome everyone. It is time for Jim Comics Top Picks for New Comic Book Day. This is upcoming Wednesday, October 24th, 2018. Looks to be another great week with some more awesome covers, some more good books coming out. I'll run through what I'm looking at. I'll give you my top picks, my top covers, as well as a few spec books at the end. Thank you so much to all my subscribers. I really appreciate y'all taking time to watch my videos, send me comments. It's because of all you that my channel is growing, so thank you so much. And my shout out this week again is to Dungeon Comics, Burlington, Ontario. They have great customer service, and they are still giving that 5% discount to anybody that orders from them off of eBay. They do have a brick and mortar store, and the address again is down. Phone number is down in the comments. Great customer service, and that 5% discount is till November 1st. So if you want to take advantage of that, got another week or so. Get going into the books this week. Before I get going though, I want to talk about the Source #1. I was looking at the cover on this, and I don't know if you noticed, but I'm going to put I did a little drawing here to show you what, if you look at the cover of this, it's kind of hidden in around the, you'll see all these little markings. It's all Alchemy markings. So just above, so you got your skull here, just to kind of up here, you got this cross. It's symbol for sulfur or brimstone, which is symbol for Satan or Satan's cross, sometimes called Leviathan. Then in the center you've got symbol for salt, which is things in nature and physical matter. And then on the right side you've got the symbol for Mercury, which is kind of your life force symbol. And then down below underneath you got these four symbols, these triangles, and they're all different ones. So it's fire, air, earth, and water. They're just really cool. I just noticed that the other day. I was looking at my covers, like I say, I scanned them in at my work and I blew it up and I was just checking out the skull and I was like, holy crap, what are these symbols in there? So yeah, if you take a look, you'll actually see them kind of hidden in there. It's kind of cool. So I just thought I'd point that out. Thought that was kind of interesting. Anyways, we'll get going into my books this week. Starting my independents from Aftershock, Dead Kings #1. I've mentioned this one a few times over the past couple of months. This one looks really good. And as I've said a few times, I highly recommend a lot of these independent books, especially from Aftershock, Scout Comics, which did The Source, Red 5. So many of them are putting out really good books. They're good stories. They're written by good writers, good art, and they're low print runs. And so many of them are getting optioned. It's just, they're such good books. And I mean, obviously, they're just great stories too. So I really like that. Anyways, it's Dead Kings #1. There's 2 covers for that. It's kind of a techno magic story in the future, and it looks really good though, man. I'd highly recommend that one. That looks awesome. Beyonders #3, just the one cover, but I've really enjoyed the story of this one so far, and I'm definitely picking up Beyonders #3. So that is another good one. That's it from Aftershock. I got those 2 covers, or 2 books. From Dark Horse, I got Predator Hunters I screw this up every time. Predator Hunters 2 #3, just the one cover. I'm still waiting for the War Dogs to show up because they're in the movie and man, they look awesome. I really hope they show up in the comics. So, but I'm enjoying that story. I love Predator. I had it back in the whenever that came out, early '90s or late '80s or whatever that was from Dark Horse. That was good. And another one from Dark Horse is Whispering Dark #1, just the one cover. It's kind of a supernatural military thriller. It sounds pretty interesting, so I'm definitely going to grab that one. That's it from Dark Horse. From Dynamite, Mars Attacks is out this week. That looks really good. I'm definitely grabbing that. And there's a ton of covers for it. I think there's like 8 covers or something. I'm only going to probably grab A and B. I really like the B cover, actually. The B cover looks pretty nice. So that's one from them. Another one from Dynamite is Kiss. I'm not a big Kiss fan, but I know there are some people out there who are big Kiss fans. So they've got a new comic out this week. There's a ton of covers for that one as well. I'm just going to show the one cover on the screen because there's a ton of them, but you can pick what you want if that's something you're interested in. From Image, Cold Spots #3 is out. Definitely grabbing. I'm probably just going to grab cover A. I like cover A. I'm not a big fan of cover B, but I've been enjoying that story so far. So that's another one I'm going to grab. Highly recommend that one too. From DC, one more from Source Point Press. Now this is one the Rejected #1 came out a few months ago. It was one of my picks of the week, and I highly recommended it. and it's done really well. And I mentioned this one a while back too. Is the second print it was supposed to come out, or at least you can see the image of the solicitation. It says October 31st, but it looks like it's been bumped up to this week. So if you can find that in your store, boy, buy that comic, because I believe this one's only a 1,000 print run. The first one was initially listed as 1,600, but I read something from the writer Konopka, and I think the books offered to the shops was 1,600, and then there was an additional 400 for shows and signings and stuff. So technically, the first print was 2,000. Still a really, really low print run. And the second print, it's got a wicked cover. I like the cover on the second one better than the first one, and it's only 1,000 print run on this one. So man, if you can find that, if your shop brought it in, buy that comic, because that's going to do well. I expect that character to go somewhere down the road, so that's a definite buy. From DC, Action Comics 1004, 2 covers for that. Again, another foil cover. I'm probably going to grab both just because I'm a sucker for buying everything that I see. So, anyways, Batman Beyond number 25 is out this week. 2 covers for that one. And this looks like a really good one because the original Joker shows up in this. You got 2 regular covers, a foil cover, and then B is the, you can kind of see the Joker, not on the cover, but in the cards and stuff around Batman there. It looks really good. That looks like a good one. Detective Comics 991, getting close to 1,000. 2 covers for that. And like I said a few times, I've been really enjoying Detective Comics. I think it's been better than Batman for quite a while now, so I'm definitely buying that all the way through 1,000 at least anyways. Flash 57, 2 covers for that, your regular cover, and a really nice B cover, which I'm probably going to, well, I want to definitely try and get that one if I can. That looks really good. Justice League Odyssey number 2, 2 covers for that. I don't, neither cover is really amazing, but I read the first one and it was okay. I'm going to give it a few issues. I've really enjoyed Justice League and Justice League Dark. I really hope this one lives up to those, because I know this one was delayed several months. It was supposed to be out back in July, if I remember right. And it was delayed quite a bit, so well, hopefully it gets better. But anyways, Old Lady Harley number 1 is out. 3 covers for that. I don't really like any of the covers. The cover B is not bad with the nuke going off behind her. That one's not too bad, but I'll give that one a go. I'll see if it's any good. Titans number 28, 2 covers for that. Now this one's a tie-in to Drowned Earth, which started last week in Justice League and Aquaman, and that was an introduction of the Flood and those 3 new characters, the generals, or I can't remember their name, but there was 3 new characters. So definitely grabbing that one. Wonder Woman 57, 2 covers for that one. Really nice Jenny Friesen cover B. And that's part 4 of that Witching Hour, which has been a pretty good story so far. Like I've said a few times, I really hope Wonder Woman keeps some of those powers she got from Hecate. So really looking forward to that. A couple books I'm probably not going to pick up, but I want to mention them. There's Batgirl number 28, cover B is a Middleton cover. It's a pretty nice looking cover, but as you probably all noticed by now, Batgirl 23 caught a lot of people by surprise. That cover B was a really low print, and it was a nice cover, and just because of that, the prices really jumped. But now the shops, as soon as they see Middleton, are ordering them by the boatload. So if you like the cover, buy it, but don't expect the price to go anywhere on that, because there's just so many of them now. The other one I want to mention is Books of Magic number 1. I don't think I'm going to be picking these up. I haven't been all that impressed with the Sandman. Or I shouldn't say not impressed. It's one of those stories I just can't get into it. I don't know. I tried back when it first came out in I want to say in the early 90s or late 80s, whenever it was, and I just couldn't get into it then, and I've tried to get into it now, and I don't know, I can't, so I'm giving up. But I want to mention it because, you know, they are good. The artwork's pretty good on them, and the story, if it's a story you like, then it's worth picking up. So from Marvel, Amazing Spider-Man number 8, you got 4 covers for this. Ramos is doing the artwork in this one. You got a regular cover. Cover B is another one of those Battle Lines variants. It's really nice. I love the Green Goblin, and he's on the cover. And you know, these are virgin covers for cover price. They're just wicked. And then you got 2 cover C and cover D for that as well. And there's supposed to be a new villain team showing up in this one. So definitely want to try and get that one if you can. If you're buying Spider-Man, keep going with it. If you're not, you might want to pick up a copy, at least cover A anyways. Infinity Wars has got a few books out this week. There's Arachnite #1, 3 covers for that one. I will probably grab cover A for that. There's Sleepwalker #2. The first one actually was way better than I thought it was, and it had that miniature Hulk show up. I forget what his name was, but he was kind of cool, so I definitely grabbed that one. And Soldier Supreme #2. I believe this is the part 2 of 2 for that one, so I'll definitely grab this cover A of that. Moon Knight #200. Whole bunch of covers for this one. I like cover A is not bad, but cover B is a Finch cover, and it's really nice. I really like it. And then I'll show the other covers on the screen there while I'm talking. But you know what? Sometimes in these milestone issues, they drop a new character in there. I don't know if any of that's going to happen. I'll definitely pick. I'm not a huge Moon Knight fan, but I bought some of his comics over the years, so I'll definitely grab probably A and B, cover A and B for that one, anyways. Spider-Geddon #2 is out. 4 covers for that. I'm only going to probably grab cover A and B. I like the, I believe B is the In-Huck Lee cover, if I remember right. I'm going to grab that one for sure. Wolverine #2 is out. I'm gonna grab cover A. There's a ton of covers for this. I just, I don't know, it just doesn't, anyways, I don't know. I'm only grabbing cover A. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm a huge Wolverine fan, you know, and I have obviously Wolverine's first appearance. I've got Giant Size X-Men. I've got early X-Men comics. I've got Frank Miller's miniseries. I got the Wolverine when they launched his own first volume 1 of his own series back in the 80s. I got that whole, you know, not the whole run, but pretty much 1 through, I can't remember how far I went, for quite a ways. But this one just doesn't feel, I don't know, I'm just not feeling it with this one, but I'll give it a few issues, see where it goes. I'm rambling on about Wolverine, but I've just kind of been a little disappointed with it. Spider-Girls #1, 3 covers for that one. I actually really like the A cover on this one. It's really nice. Definitely going to grab that. I'm looking forward to that one. Hopefully it's done well. We'll see what happens with it. Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider #1. There's a bazillion covers for this one again. I'm going to show a few of them, but man, pick what you like. I don't know what's going to happen in there. We'll see. But I'll grab one for sure, take a read of it. What If Thor #1. I'm only grabbing cover A. I like that one. Again, they got one of those action figure variants, which I really don't like them, so I'm not grabbing that at all. X-Men Black Juggernaut. Another J. Scott Campbell, cover A with Juggernaut on the front there. I really like that one. I'm going to grab that one. There's 2 other covers, but I don't like them all that much. And anytime I get J. Scott Campbell for cover price, I'm going to buy it. So that's what I'm doing. And that's it for my books this week. A little lighter week this week, which is okay because my wallet's been hurting for a bit. So my top covers this week, Judge Dredd #1, cover B. It's a really nice John Gallagher cover. I'm not a huge Judge Dredd fan, but I will buy some of his books sometimes, mainly their cover buys, and that one's a really nice cover. I missed the last one. There was a Jock cover that came out, was it a week ago or 2 weeks ago? Man, I missed that one. I really wish I'd got that one, but anyways. Amazing Spider-Man #8, cover B, the Green Goblin Battle Lines variant. I like that. I'm a huge Green Goblin fan, and I like that. I love those Battle Line variants. Most of them have been really good, so definitely grab that one. Batgirl 28 Middleton cover. That's another nice cover. Like I say, I'm not going to be picking it up. I'm not a huge Batgirl fan. I've liked some of the Middleton stuff, and that's a nice one. I don't know. I may break down and buy it. I probably will. as you know, I get there and I look at it. I'm like, Moon Knight 200 cover B, the Finch cover. I really like that cover. I honestly think of all the covers, that's probably the best one. I love that one. That's just really nice. X-Men Black Juggernaut #1, the Campbell cover. Cover A is, I like Juggernaut, and that's just a wicked looking cover that's coming out there. Flash 57, cover B, the Howard Porter cover. That's a cool looking cover. And it's in line with those, I think this is what pushed Marvel to do all the Battle Lines variants, is the cover Bs that DC's been doing. They've been really nice, and it's kind of been forcing Marvel's hand, which is the great thing about competition. You know, one company does something great, then it kind of forces the other one to step it up a bit, so which they've done. Wonder Woman 57, that cover B, that Jenny Friesen cover, man, she's been doing some gorgeous covers, and this whole run with this Witching Hour, the covers have been really good on it. Last one is the Rejected #1, second print. That is a gorgeous cover. I love that cover. Anytime I can get red or a black kind of cover, man, I'm all over that. So my top picks this week, I got 4 picks for you. From Aftershock, Dead Kings #1. That looks really good. I highly recommend that one. I think that one's going to do really well. The Rejected #1, second print, just mentioned it. That is only a 1,000 print run. That character is a cool character. It's a cool story. And I really think that's going somewhere. I said that back when the first print came out. Boy, I'm still saying it. That one's a great one to pick up. Amazing Spider-Man #8. Just because you got that new villain team showing up in there, so I would highly recommend you grab that one. If you're a Spider-Man fan, I will definitely be grabbing that one. And Batman Beyond #25, you got the original Joker showing up in this one. So that looks to be an interesting story with the 25th issue. I think it's an oversized issue as well, so that one looks really good. So for my spec books this week, I've got a few. I've had a couple people mention they're trying to get all these new Guardian of the Galaxy team characters, their first appearances. So I thought I would run through all the books to look for if you're interested in getting all these first appearances. Now I've got some of them, but to be honest, I'm not. There's a reason why I haven't picked up a lot of these, just because there's a couple of them that are pretty pricey, and some of them I'm just not all that interested in. But if you're interested in picking up all the first appearances of this new Guardians of the Galaxy team, I'm going to run through them right now. So the first one is Moondragon. Iron Man 54 was her first appearance as Madam McEvil, but her first appearance as Moondragon is Daredevil 105. So you've got technically two books there. Her first, like I say, her first appearance technically was Iron Man 54, but really as Moondragon was Daredevil 105. So that's that one. Moondragon. The next character is Nova. His first appearance was The Man Called Nova #1. That came out in September of '76. That is on the screen right now. That one's not too pricey, so that one's, neither is Moondragon. That one you can pick up. The problem is, as soon as they announced this, the prices got jacked up on all these. But anyways, if you can find it, pick them up. But Nova is The Man Called Nova #1. Philavel is Captain Marvel #16, Volume 5. That came out December 2003, so fairly recent book. Again, the price is not too terrible on that one, but it has jumped up again because as soon as Cates announced all these characters, that's what happened. That's what Donny Cates does the books. Next one is Gladiator. That was X-Men #107. That came out in October of '77. Star-Lord. This one's jumped up. This has been up for a while just because of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, obviously. But his first appearance was Marvel Preview #4 from January of '76. So that one you're gonna pay a bit for that one. Adam Warlock. This is again another one that's been up there for a while. Fantastic Four #66. I looked this up and it says 66 and 67, but either way, though, 66 I'm pretty sure is his first appearance if I remember right. And but those were only, his name was him in that. He didn't become Adam Warlock until Marvel Premiere #1, which was April of '72. So you've got a couple books to pick up for him, kind of like Moondragon. So that's for Adam Warlock. Groot is probably pretty familiar to most of you. Tales to Astonish #13. That came out in November 1960. That one's pretty pricey and not the easiest book to find, so good luck with that one. Now the books I do have, I mentioned this one a while ago as one of my spec books, is Darkhawk #1. That's first appearance of Darkhawk and his origin story. So that one's, out of all the books, of all the characters, that's probably the cheapest one. I think you pick that one up $15-20. It's not much. Hasn't done much since they announced it either. Next one you got, as you're all well aware, this one is Thanos #13. First appearance of Cosmic Ghost Rider. That one's only been out a couple of years now. It came out, I think it came out in November 2017, but it actually was cover date is January, but I'm pretty sure it came out in 2017. This one's been a good book to get for quite a while. It's first appearance of Beta Ray Bill, Mighty Thor #337. I love that book. That's November of '83. That's 35 years old, if you can believe that already. That's amazing. But anyways, that's another really good one. And this is one that I have suggested you pick up for a while. It is, I still think it's undervalued. Fantastic Four number 48. That's your first appearance of the Silver Surfer and first appearance of Galactus. So that is a definite key and one. If there's any, out of all the books on there, this is the one book I would highly suggest you get if you can afford it. This one's graded a 7.0. So I mean, you're going to pay a bit for it, but man, I've got a couple more spec books I'm going to talk about next week where I think Marvel's going. And but yeah, this is one you're definitely going to want, because it's only a matter of time before Silver Surfer and Galactus show up in a movie. That's pretty, I mean, Marvel wouldn't have dumped a boatload of money like they did to get the rights to Fantastic Four and X-Men and Deadpool and what they did without having plans for Galactus. Like, you can almost be guaranteed he's the next big baddie and the movie's coming up. So anyways, that's it for this week, folks. Happy hunting. I will talk to you next week, and I will with another haul video, I guess. So bye for now.